It's kind of funny. We're taught to believe that wealth has a certain look. But today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the huge difference between looking rich and actually being wealthy. And trust me, what you see on the surface, it is almost never the full story.
I mean, come on, we've all been there, right? You see that shiny, brand new Porsche cruise by, and your first thought is, wow, they have really made it. But what if I told you that car might actually be a sign of financial trouble, not success?
Exactly. What you're seeing is the movie trailer, all the action, all the flash, edited to look amazing. But behind the scenes, where the actual movie is playing out, you'd probably find a story with a whole lot of debt. So this huge gap, right, between what we think we see and what's actually going on, well, we're calling that the wealth illusion. Let's break down what that really means. See, it all boils down to this really simple idea. There are two completely different games you can play with your money. One is the status game. It's loud, it's public, and it's all about showing off. The other? That's the wealth game. It's quiet, it's personal, and it's about building freedom. And here's the craziest part of it all. Truly wealthy people often don't look wealthy at all. The person driving that beat-up old car, they might be a secret millionaire. And the one in the brand new luxury SUV, well, they might be just one paycheck away from disaster.
Okay, so let's put these two games right next to each other, head to head. Because once you understand the rules of each, I promise you're never gonna look at money the same way again.
So look at this. The status game, it's a competition. It's all about what other people see. And for you to feel like you're winning, someone else kind of has to lose. It's a zero-sum game. But the wealth game, that's totally different. It's an internal game. It's about security, about freedom, and it has nothing to do with how much you make, but everything to do with how much you keep.
So how do you actually win the wealth game? It's really simple. You just need to collect assets. Just think of assets as your own little money-making machines that are working for you around the clock, even when you're sleeping. And then you've got the opposite, liabilities. These are the money pits, the things that are constantly taking money out of your pocket. And probably the most common, most tempting liability of them all? Oh yeah, it's the brand new car. Honestly, there's a reason people call this thing a wealth killer. You know that famous new car smell? That's literally the smell of your money just vanishing. I want you to think about this. The second you drive that new car off the lot, poof, it loses about 10% of its value. Gone. You've basically just set fire to 1/10 of your money in a matter of seconds. And, oh, it gets so much worse. By year 3, that shiny status symbol could be worth 60% less than what you paid for it. That's a huge amount of money that could have been invested growing for you. Instead, it just disappeared. Okay, so the math is pretty clear, right? So why do we keep falling for the status game? Well, it turns out our brains are kind of hardwired to play it. You ever heard of something called the hedonic treadmill? It's that feeling when you finally buy that new thing you've been wanting. You feel amazing for a day, maybe a week, and then suddenly it's just a thing. Your happiness level resets and you're already looking for the next purchase. That's the treadmill. Here's the bottom line from the research. Yes, money is absolutely crucial for safety and security, but once your basic needs are covered, just buying more stuff doesn't really move the happiness needle. It just keeps you running faster on that treadmill. And you know what's put that treadmill into overdrive? Social media. I mean, just look at this. Almost 40% of people in the UK say they feel pressured by social media to spend money to look successful. That is a massive number of people chasing a look. So what if you could just get off the treadmill entirely? Well, there is a way. And honestly, it's like having a financial superpower. This might be the most powerful and maybe strangest idea we'll talk about today. Looking poor is a financial superpower. And why is that? Because the moment you stop caring about what other people think of your stuff, you're not playing their game anymore. You're playing your own. You're free. So what does this superpower actually get you? It gets you peace of mind. It's that feeling of being able to sleep at night because you know you have a safety net. It's the exact opposite of the constant, nagging stress of living paycheck to paycheck. And this is what real wealth buys. It buys you options. It's the freedom to quit a job you hate, the freedom to start that business you've been dreaming about, the freedom to just take a year off. That's a level of freedom a luxury car can never, ever give you. So, you ready to start building that freedom for yourself? Good. Here's a super simple way you can start, like today.
It all starts with knowing your numbers. Let's call them the core four. First, what's your actual take-home pay? Second, what are your must-pay expenses? Rent, food, the basics. Third, how much are you putting away for future you? And finally, what's left over for fun? Just knowing these four numbers is the first, most crucial step to taking back control. And let's be clear, this is not about being cheap or depriving yourself. It's about being intentional. It's about consciously deciding to spend your hard-earned money on the things that genuinely bring you joy and cutting out the rest, especially the stuff you only buy to fit in. So let's end with a new definition of wealth. It's not about the car you drive or the watch on your wrist. True wealth is an internal feeling. It's that quiet confidence and deep security that comes from knowing that you are in control of your own life. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. What's one status symbol, just one thing, you could let go of to start building your own real freedom?